Can we call you neighbor of Akuda? Yeah.
I think that's the name everybody. Even my friends now they'll be calling me neighbor.
All right, my people. This is the popular Amala places that they said the seller disappeared and where people were eating. But we were trying to meet people around to confirm the rumor if it is true or not. Luckily for us, although some people were keep saying that they don't want to show their face, they don't want to do this, blah blah blah. But we get to meet the neighbor that they live together in this place.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Yes. So from what we heard online that the popular Amala place at Alaja Road, what we heard online was the woman disappeared during the course of servicing people. There are some people were even still eating when the woman disappeared.
That's not true. That's not true.
Okay.
Actually, we lived together for at least over 1 year and 7 months.
Wow.
And when the woman came, initially we were even friends. As in, I tried to extend kind of friendship since they
As
met us in
neighbor.
the compound. And I noticed a change in character from their mother first. They, we were all family. The mother, a guy, and two sisters.
No husband.
Oh, no husband.
Okay.
But the first thing that got my attention is that they changed, not even up to 2 weeks. They don't respond to greetings, they don't greet us, and they don't talk to us. My wife thought probably I've had an issue with them, so she still kept on greeting them, only for them to tell her point blank that she should stop greeting them.
Wow.
So from there, even children that will come to our house, they called those kids and told them specifically stop greeting us.
Ah.
So it was so shocking. We started looking like, and along the line, over some months, my wife called me and said, "These people are not ordinary people." And I was like, take it easy. Take it easy. How can you say they are not? What are you trying to insinuate? I don't know. She was like, these people are Akudaya. I said, that's too far now. How can you say Akudaya? Akudaya does not exist. But along the line, I started seeing some traits. Though up to now, I still don't believe in
What are the
reincarnation.
traits that you
But I
saw?
started seeing that number one, the holidays they don't travel.
They don't travel.
Nobody visits them. Nobody was coming to visit to pay them a visit. They don't have a relative anywhere. During the major holidays,
Holiday.
festive seasons, they don't go anywhere. Then along the line, I discovered that they came for shop, but they don't have a house. They live in the shop, and I also
Okay, the
discovered
same shop
in the
they
same
sell,
shop.
they
Yes,
live inside. I thought
yes.
they have house inside and
No,
shop
no, no, they
outside.
don't have house anywhere.
Wow.
They told the caretaker that they wanted the shop. They were given a shop, but they don't have anywhere else. So they were living there. Initially, I think my wife said we should tell the caretaker to let them know. I said it is not. Maybe they had challenge somewhere, and we should not tell on them. We should just accommodate them. So, but later we got to know that things are not normal with them. For example, during the hot season, last year was hot season. It was so hot that I was almost sleeping outside
Like
in the
because of
compound
fresh
because
air.
of the heat. And that was the time our people decided to not to give us light in the night. So because of that, but what caught my attention was that these four adults were sleeping in the same shop
Shop.
with the door locked, no window and everything. So my wife started calling my attention to those things. I have dogs in the house. At least I have two. I had three before. I have two now. And normally dogs, once they are seeing you regularly for about three 3 weeks regularly
They
every
will
day,
get used to
even
you.
2 weeks, dogs will get to know you. They will know that you live in the house. But these people, till they left, my dogs were always against them,
Wow.
always barking against
And
them.
dogs are very spiritual.
Yes.
They don't greet people, even their customer. You can't greet
So
them.
on about two occasions, I've seen customers fighting them. There was a particular man that came because he greeted them like 2 or 3 times. They didn't answer, and the man insisted. I think I saw the man about last week. We still talk about this matter. The man insisted that how can I be buying food and I will not be greeting you? He must answer. Jokingly, the man was like, "Hey, Mama, damn alone, you'll be answering me." But that day when he came, because he insisted that he must be answering, they said there was no soup those stew.
They don't want to sell for the
And the
money.
man said, this is stew. And they said there is no stew, they are not selling. And that matter became a serious issue. That in fact, I had to call the man and said, okay, if they are not selling
You
to
then
you,
go another
you
place.
too go. And he was looking at them strangely. So, and finally, let me
Go
just
to
fast
the
forward to on 31st of December. That was the last time I saw them. They still opened, they sold,
shop.
they sold to people. I saw them even up to the night when we were going for the crossover service.
Crossover service.
My wife and my wife decided to have a crossover service very close by this church
This
here. So we came back around, I think it should be past one after the prayers. And they were still at home. They had their generator on. I saw them. There was no sign that they were parking. I guess this is where people were saying they disappeared. They didn't. So they were still, everything was still there. There was this big table. I don't know what they call it. They call it counter. I don't know
yes,
if it's the
Tata.
right thing. They use it to sell food. But their own was so big that it could not fit into the shop. So the day they brought their loads, I was the one who opened the big gate for
Wait
them,
for
the
them
bigger gate
to
for
bring
them.
it.
I even helped them bring it in, and they put it inside. They asked for permission. I said put it
Put it
inside
inside.
because there was no way they could put it inside. The thing was so big, so long. So that day, I still saw everything in the house. They had some little things.
When you were going back
When I
inside,
was going back inside,
coming
that
back
was
from
around.
church,
We didn't.
after
If
one.
they had parked, we would have
No,
noticed. So we saw them. The generator was still on, only for us to I think the calls,
yes,
happy new year
Happy New
calls,
Year.
all the, so one of the calls woke me up around 9 a.m.
Morning.
in the morning. So, and I slept around 2 thereabout. So by the time I received the call, I felt like, okay, I want to go and sweep the compound. I went inside. I asked my wife. I said, did you notice anything? She too jumped out of bed. She went into the compound. I was like, did they have they packed? Is it that they packed? No, we've been having issues on payment of electricity for about 2 months. They've not been paying. I've been the one
Uh-uh.
paying for them. We had issue. I went to my caretaker. My caretaker and my landlord said I should disconnect. I said I can't do that. Let them be. But I was still like, you must pay. Or I will come back fight them. But I was still giving them like, or up to that moment. So I thought probably that's the reason why they were inside. And most of the time they will be inside, they won't come out. And the only time they will come out, even into the compound, will be Sunday when we will have gone to church. Immediately I
Open like
come,
this, they come
they will
inside.
run inside.
Ah,
That's one of the things I noticed about them. So this particular day, 1st of January, I discovered that those things were not there. So I tried. My wife said I should not touch their door. Maybe they are inside as usual. I said, this table is missing. Some things are missing here. I tried the door. I noticed that they are not inside. I went outside to go and check from the shop, and I noticed that they've gone and everything. So I called my caretaker. I said, about what is happening? He said, well, the woman came and dropped the key
okay.
now, and after that, he couldn't see the woman again. Now, one of the things that have baffled me, which I know will be very, very impossible, is the table. How do they move it? That is it. It
Now
is not
they did
it
not have the key to the
no, the
gate.
key of the gate is with me. They don't even have any key of the shop is
Ah,
their own.
so how
There
did
is
they
no
move
way
the
they will
table?
have moved that table over the fence. It's not possible. It is not possible. That one is not possible. Two, there is no way they would have packed their load within that
Within
short
short
period of
period of
time,
time.
because they had mortar, they had this stone, this
So
grinding stone,
all these
big one,
cooking
all these big
utensils,
things they had
all the
it.
plastic
So
cooking
there was no
utensils.
way they could have moved those things within a short period of time. Even when I came and they were not packing when we came in, and they packed by 9 a.m. in the morning. That was that one. No, I don't. Even up to now, I don't believe it.
Believe, but
But
one thing is
from what
getting to
I've seen
one
now,
thing. When people come here, if you buy two wrap of amala, you won't be able to finish it. But someone said that if someone buy two amala there, pay there, you won't finish it. Finish it now. People,
from
pay
what
that.
I know, my friends, I have friends who have been there. No, I don't think that can be true. From what I've known, people said their food was cheaper than
than
people
because
around,
I know
other
they
people
said
around.
this Okada people used to patronize them because their food
Yes.
used to be more
When
cheap.
they started, seriously, when they started, because this environment, look at this road now, before you get another food seller, especially selling amala,
Amala.
you get to the bus stop, which
Yes.
is a little bit far from here.
Yes.
So when they started, people were coming, you will see
And
Okada,
even the
you
bus
see,
stop is the bus stop for the Okada. So why are they leaving that place?
so
Why will Okada leave
I
that
know
place,
people,
Amala place, and
this
come
is
here?
a
If not,
main, this
it's
is a very
cheaper.
busy road.
Because it's cheaper. I heard
No,
that if
it's
you
cheaper.
buy two wrap of Amala, you won't be able to finish it.
No, I don't think so. But people said their food
It's
was
cheaper.
cheap. Yeah.
Than
So
Okada used to patronize.
so you will see by now you will have seen Okada,
Yes,
Keke
yes, yes, yes.
parking there. But people started running away when they started noticing their attitude. You greet them, and normally there are two things I believe. Even people like who sell things like this, you must be friendly. But not to
You are
talk
not
of
selling food,
somebody
but
selling food.
food. And you're not even
Anybody selling
friendly.
food and beer must be extremely
Friendly
friendly. They will crack some expensive jokes with you. You
with
have to
you.
take it. But these ones, they won't even laugh. They won't
Ah.
smile. Just go straight to what you want to buy. And once your jokes is becoming or your friendliness is getting too long,
You cannot wash your plate yourself here. You can't wash plate.
no, you can't. I witnessed that. Yes, you
You
can.
can't wash plate.
You can't bring your plate. There was a lady who brought her plate one day. She said she want to wash the plate, and the girl who
Yes,
used to cook their food was outside, and the lady said she want to wash the
wash
plate.
plate.
As she bent down, this lady stood up, carried the
The
bowl
water.
of the water, and threw it away. I
Ah.
said, no, you can't do that here. So
Ah.
I saw it. I was even shocked because I was about to enter. I stood, well, because we don't talk, so I just kept quiet. And I told the lady, I tell you what, the lady even just went
Wait.
away and said,
Ah.
I'm
That,
not buying
but
food here. So
apparently they are not just friendly, and the way they acted before they leave is total strange
it's
to people.
totally
So we hear
suspicious.
that whenever she's angry, that she always looking at the sun. So is that to
Well, I didn't pay attention to that. I didn't pay attention to that because even when I think about 2 or 3 times I had issue with them.
winter?
Immediately after I went away. I went away. But one of the things I also noticed is that they don't have friends.
They don't.
Even up to the ladies, it is their mom that will make their hair, and it is them that will make their mom's hair.
Ah.
Yeah, and the guy does not. The guy had a clipper. He did it. He used to do it by himself.
Ah. The guy among them will barb by
Yeah,
himself.
and he won't use mirror.
He will not use mirror. I
He
think
won't.
this is the height of it. I think this is the height of
They
it.
don't use mirror. No, I've never seen them use mirror. Even when they are making their hair for themselves.
I think this is the height of it.
I'm so sure of that
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Because I've caught them in the compound making hair once or twice on Sundays sometimes. Because when I noticed that by the time we come from church, immediately the year I was opening the
They
gate,
will
they
enter
will
the
run
shop.
inside. So most of the times when I come like that, I will first peep through the just to embarrass them. So I will just peep. Sometimes I will even stand there for about 2, 3, 5 minutes to see what they are doing, why they were running, why they will run. So after I've seen them, I will now try to open the gate. Immediately they hear the sound of the gate, they will run away. So I've seen on 2 occasions I've seen the guy barbing his own ear
Without
without
mirror.
mirror. I've seen the guy barbing his own mirror.
I think.
So
Can we call you neighbor of Akuda? Yeah.
I think that's the name everybody. Even my friends now they'll be calling me
Neighbor of Akuda.
somebody.
So this one address him as the
Ex neighbor of Akuda.
Akuda.
They speak different language within themselves. Blah blah blah. So if they are talking, did you hear their conversation?
Yes, when they were having conversation, I had them.
But within them.
But within themselves, that is, in fact, the funny thing is that they are always so careful about calling each other's name. They don't do it. They would rather do ace, hey, but that means ace. Now they don't even their mom. They don't call mommy. No,
Ah.
they are always careful when they call names, and they have this language. I have never heard it before.
So they
I
speak
have
different
never.
language within themselves,
Yes,
so that
yes.
eventually if there's anything they are
Yes,
communicating,
yes.
you living around
The
you don't
language
understand.
is not even sounding like a language.
Hey!
It didn't sound like a language. I am
Gàdí
very,
lẹ́kọ̀ọ́
very
máa
sure.
pè é.
I am very, very sure.
Láti bókun àgbèrè.
Neighbor pẹ̀yìn nìkan neighbor mẹ́rin.
Mẹ́rin.
Four people inside the shop. Four people inside the shop.
Suffocation and see how sweat.
Àwọn tó ń gbé ní kinní gan wọ́n sweat heat.
Yesterday, another thing, as much as I don't want to believe this story, and as much as I don't want to believe this reincarnation is true, something made me want to agree totally yesterday. I branched out my caretaker's place as I was coming from the station, and so we were talking about the case. So we diverted into this matter, and I was like, Daddy, how did they even register with you? What is the name you wrote on the receipt? And what the man said, they didn't give him a name. That what happened is that how he fell for it, he cannot explain. That what happened is that they went to an agent. It is the agent that brought them to the agent. So the registration was not even that he had even given them the house before. So he was thinking that by the time they pay this house rent, it's going to give them full form to fill. So no name, no, there is nowhere you can trace them.
All right, thank you. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate your support. So thank you. Really.
The shop, no, but very soon.
Somebody else will think about the shop very soon.
Somebody else will definitely.
Kenny, ẹ má ṣàfi tó ń jẹ o. I'm not saying they disappear for real, but with this few point of the video, you will judge yourself if they disappear, if they are kudaya or not.